Hey everybody, thanks for watching again today. It's really, really great that you're continuing to follow this program. And again, Pastor Club, we thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
These meetings have been very, very rich. One of the things that we hear often, and I've said it myself early in my Christian walk, and that was, now that I'm a Christian, why do I have to go to church? Is it really important that I go to church? Can't I just be a Christian and stay at home and do what I want to do? What is what's the reason? What are the benefits? What does it do for me if I go to church? I mean, what would you say to this, Pastor Clive?
Well, church is instituted by God. Jesus Christ began the Christian church by saying that the church is his body, that he is the head and we are the body. He died for the church, the Bible says. He died that we could come together. He calls the church his family. And families like to be together. In our day and age, many families are split apart. I think that's sad. There is nothing as good as a healthy, loving family. If you've got a good family, you can count on your family when others may not particularly like you. Well, the Christian family is the church. There are many varieties of the Christian church. And thank God, we're all different, aren't we? And we fit one part of the church better than we fit another part. Some parts are more formal. Some parts are more free and easy. Here at Logan City Christian Church, we're more free and easy. Like it's more, I would like to say, like normal people just coming here. It's not filled with formality. Why should you go to church? Well, this is one verse that I'd like you to hear if you don't go to church. The Bible says in Hebrews 10:25, not forsaking the assembly of yourselves together. So don't forsake coming to church. That's what he's saying in our 2020 language. As is the manner of some. Some folks listening may not bother going to church or just go to church once a month or once every 2 months. But the Bible says, don't forsake the gathering yourself together. It's a bit like this. If you have a fire made up of coals and you take a coal out from the fire and put it by itself, that coal will soon go out and go black. Yeah. If you keep that coal in amongst the other coals that are burning, that coal will still glow with heat. It's very much like that. If you separate yourself from other Christians, you'll tend to die out. And Satan will be there to help you die out. In fact, you won't even notice the death. It'll just come so gradually. You'll just get cold towards God. Well, there might be somebody who says, Clark, I'm not cold towards God. Well, if we keep gathering and encouraging each other, I wonder how much hotter you'd be towards God now than what you are. I enjoy being with people who love God. If I went to just a church where church is on and it's over and I go home, I wouldn't miss that as much. But I miss the fellowship of people who love God. It encourages me. I miss listening to preaching. Pastor Rob here is a very good speaker, a good preacher. He's authentic, he's real, and what he says is of benefit to you. I have heard him several times now. I haven't been coming here that long, but every time I've heard him speak, I have been blessed. You want to come to church. Why don't you make a decision? I'm going to be a coal in the fire rather than outside of the fire. Satan is very real. He deceives people. If you're out on your own, a sheep on its own, the foxes attack it, the dingoes attack it. If you're with other animals, and especially a sheepdog or something of that nature, marama, he will protect you. If you're in a church, the fellowship of believers and the pastor will help protect you. It's like an invisible wall of protection around you. That's why Jesus Christ formed the church to be his body on earth. And why he says, don't forsake gathering yourselves together, especially when you see the day approaching, that is, the second coming of Christ. Personally, I believe we're in the last period of time leading up to the second coming of Christ. Yeah. That's my personal belief. Whether I'm right or wrong, time will tell. But friend, why don't you decide to come? And if you haven't been here yet, check out Logan City Christian Church, 13 Watland Street, Springwood. You'll find a group of people here who will welcome you, who will love you, and a pastor and his wife who would be glad to meet you. I hope you come this Sunday, 10:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock at night, prayer meeting, which is good. It's not boring. Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Rob?
Yeah, no, that is true. Thank you, Pastor Clark. You know, I if I may add to that, it's an amazing thing that pastoring now, 24 years, 23 years, that I've experienced it myself and seen other people that when they come from home or wherever it is that they haven't been fellowshipping for quite a while, and you can just see them come alive again in the things of God, and just that joining together in fellowship really does something, doesn't it?
It does.
And it brings such great joy. And you know, the thing that I have found is myself that there's a big difference between solitude and isolation. And sometimes when things can go wrong, and in life things do go wrong, don't they?
They do.
And sometimes, all the time, the worst thing I think we can do is to isolate ourselves. And I know at times when I've isolated myself that I'm by myself, I'm giving myself counsel, and I'm the worst person to counsel me when I'm grumpy, let me tell you. But that place of solitude is good, and that's when we are away with God. But you know, that is a season, and that place of solitude is needed, but it doesn't take the place of the church, does it?
No, it does not.
We need each other. The word says it's not good for man to be alone, and that, I believe, covers quite a range of different scenarios. So yeah, we really do encourage you. Please consider, if you're at home and you haven't been to church for a while, just have a think about it. It's really good, and I know that you'll be blessed. Church is good. Like you said, Jesus did institute the church. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. And he knows that we need this. And so anyway, again, that invitation, come to church this Sunday if you can, if not the following ones, 13 Watland Street, Springwood, Logan City Christian Church. Again, 6:30 a.m. Let me start again. I'm getting all tongue-tied. 9:30 a.m. on a Sunday morning and 6 p.m. on a Sunday evening, and the Thursday night prayer meetings at 7 p.m. You're so welcome to come. We'd love to have you join us. So keep following us the next few days, because we've got some really interesting topics that Pastor Clark's going to be speaking about, and I know it's going to bless you richly. So until then, be blessed and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.